How's it going, everybody? This is BeatTheBush. Today, I'm going to talk about Robinhood Gold. You get 4.4% APY on uninvested cash. However, it costs $5 a month. Should you get it? So Robinhood Gold is not a checking account. It's not a savings account. It's actually an investment account. It's FDIC insured up to $1.5 million and it costs $5 a month. On the surface, you might be like, no way, I don't want to pay for this because why would I pay money just to get a little bit higher percentage APY in interest? I think a lot of people don't think about how dangerous it is to have a lot of cash in an investment account. It's like there's no disclaimer saying that if you put cash in it, it might make you invest more. This might not be a bad thing if you're very disciplined, but let's say you have, I don't know, like 50,000 or 100,000 worth of cash sitting in there, and all of a sudden you watch some YouTube video recommending some random asset and then click, you have an idea. You know you have this money in your Robinhood investment account and you can just go on there, do a few clicks and bam, you already invested in it. This is very dangerous because most of the time this cash is what you want to remain cash. It's like your emergency savings or whatever reason that you want to mostly keep in cash. But if this money is ready to go with a few clicks on your phone, it becomes that much more dangerous versus if you have no money in your investment account and you have like a reserve somewhere. In order to invest this, you have to do the transfer. You have to do an ACH transfer into your investment account, and it's going to take what, 3 or 5 days. This is kind of like a really good cooling period, so you don't get too excited and invest in something that you might regret. So just know that this sounds like a good deal, but it has unintended consequences that you might not notice at first. This is kind of like if you buy Amazon gift cards and it sits there for a few months, the pain of taking money out of your checking account is no longer there, and all of a sudden you think that gift card in Amazon is completely free. It's in there. Why not just spend it anyway? Same thing with Robinhood Gold here. Personally, I have to be very careful if I were to put money in there myself. Alternatively, there are savings accounts that you can get that is not so easy to invest in random stocks. Here's a list. I'm not going to go through all of them, but you can see the best ones. 5.02% at UFB Direct and CFG Community Bank. I've never heard of these before. So it sounds like small banks, and I'm a little bit skeptical, even though if they're FDIC insured or whatnot, you got to do your research before going to these banks and putting tens of thousands of dollars in there. CIT Bank, I've heard a lot about, although I don't have an account with them yet. You do need a $5,000 minimum balance in order to get this 4.4% APY. So right there, you don't have to get Robinhood to get 4.4% APY, and you don't have to pay this $5 a month mumbo jumbo thing. So effectively, this 4.4% at CIT Bank is better than Robinhood Gold. So why buy it, right? Why pay the $5 subscription fee? I personally have a savings account with SoFi right now. That's my highest interest-bearing savings account at 4.0% APY. It does require direct deposit. Let's say you have 4.0% right now, and there is another bank that has a better APY. How do you do the math on knowing how much money do you need before it's worth it to transfer all this money to Robinhood? Here's the answer. $5 times 12, which is the yearly fee that you're going to pay, which is $60. And then you divide it by the difference of interest, which is 4.4% at Robinhood minus 4.0% at SoFi. The result is $15,000. So you need to put in at least $15,000 in order for it to pay for itself for this $5 a month thing. If you have less than $15,000, don't even think about doing the transfer to Robinhood, because you're going to be better off staying with your 4.0% APY savings account. Whenever you transfer to a new bank, bear in mind that the interest rate are changing very, very rapidly recently. Today, you see Robinhood leading the pack, but they only do this as an attractant for you to put all your money in. And once they do that, couple months later, they might not lead the pack anymore. They're going to lag behind, and there are going to be other banks that goes, oh, we want more depositors, so let's increase our interest rate. There's always deals going back and forth. So most likely after 1 year, Robinhood is not gonna have the best interest rates anymore. I've seen this time and time again. It used to be Discover and then Goldman Sachs Bank, GS Bank now, and then SoFi, you know, they kind of like race each other or something. Here is the federal funds rate for the last 20 years or so. Interest rates from banks actually follow this line pretty directly. The current federal funds target rate is 4.75 to 5%. To figure out what a really good interest rate is, you look at the federal funds rate and you knock off about 0.3 to 0.5% or so. That's how you arrive at the 4.4%. Knowing this also protects you a little bit from any kind of scams, because some accounts might promise something really high beyond what is possible. If it sounds too good, they might ask you to do other kinds of requirements, such as using a debit card and spending it like 30 times a month or whatnot. Ultimately, I think as long as you're getting within like 0.5 to 0.7% of the maximum that you see here, it's good enough. You don't have to move all your money all over the place. I think to make the most of your time, don't move it unless it's like a pretty big difference in interest. Hope this video helps you guys out. Don't forget to give me a like and subscribe for more.